guys, this is Tisha. Welcome to my culinary boot camp. Today we are going to talk about pasta. Two different kind of pastas. We're going to make gnocchi, which is made out of potatoes, and then we're going to make a traditional one, fettuccine, which is just flour and eggs. And so I have a special guest here today, one of my a student, a mom of two in corporate America. So she's going to be able to do this, and we're going to be able to do it fast. Her name is Marlene. She also happens to be my beautiful sister-in-law.
Hello, everyone. Looking forward to making this. I feel like I've bugged you about making this numerous times, so excited to get into it.
It's really easy. A lot of the stuff, I'm 100% sure you have it in your kitchen. If not, you know, simple to get. So here we go. Okay, so for the gnocchi, we're going to need 3 potatoes. So Marlene, if you could peel those for me. We're going to peel them, and then we're going to just cut them like into chunks, and then we're going to throw them in the water, which I've got some boiling water right now. While you're doing that, because this is chive gnocchi, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some gnocchi, some chives right here.
Definitely going to be getting the kids to help me with this part.
Oh, for sure, for sure. This is, you know, kid friendly, family friendly.
We can get them in on the fun.
Yes, yes,
help
yes.
in the kitchen,
So you don't have to use the chives. Some people don't like the flavor of chives. You can absolutely omit this. I like the way it smells. I like the way it looks inside the pasta. So we are going to use it, and then we're going to use some for garnish after we cook them.
Could you use like onions or like a substitute? Or should
So,
the chives?
well, if you want to use an onion, I would grate it. I would grate it in there versus having chunks, because you'll see, like, once we get through the process, it's going to be an actual dough. And so you want to have, you don't want to, you know, like chunks of onion in there, right?
Right.
So, and we're gonna kind of twice cook this. So the gnocchi is gonna, after we cut them out, we're gonna put them in the water. They're gonna float to the top. I'm gonna scoop them out, and then we're gonna put them in the pan to kind of get a little bit of color on them. So, but you guys will see that here shortly. You're pretty good with those potatoes, girl.
I peel potatoes all the time.
I hate peeling potatoes. I totally hate peeling potatoes.
Kids always love carbs. All right.
Cool. So you can just hand me those things. We can just put them in here. Okay, go ahead and chunk those up. And we're gonna, after you chunk them up, I'm gonna put them in the water because they need to cook for about maybe 15 minutes or so. And while you're doing that, the finished product, I'm gonna put some garlic in it. So I'm just gonna chop some garlic while you're doing that.
Ooh, sharp knives.
Isn't it though? After you're done, just kind of scoop them on here and just put them in the water.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and chunk up this garlic. Okay, so we've got the potatoes for the gnocchi. They're cooking. We'll get back to them later. But right now we're going to do like a basic pasta dough. And this pasta dough, literally it's super basic. You can make it into fettuccine, linguine, bow tie pasta. So we'll see what it looks like. We'll see which one we want to do. If we want to turn it into fettuccine, if we want to try bow tie, we'll see what happens. So I need you to measure out 2 cups of flour in there. Just level it off. All right, 2 cups of flour. So we got 1 nice level cup. I'm gonna have to tap it out a little bit. Yep. And then we're gonna do 2.
Oh, another one.
Okay, so we've got 1 more cup of flour. Make sure it gets all in there. So then what we wanna do,
there you go.
Take that. Then what we wanna do is make it like a little well. Because basically we're gonna put the eggs in there. Make a big enough well so 3 egg yolks and 1 whole egg will fit. So you can make it bigger.
All right.
Yeah. All the way around. Right, so I think that might be big enough. So now, dun, 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 we need 3 egg yolks and 1 whole egg.
Okay.
So if you want to do the whole egg first and just put it in the middle, so you can, you know, build some confidence, you could do that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna crack this.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I gonna?
So the whole
whites go in here, right? Oh,
this whole egg is gonna go in there first, and then after that, we're gonna separate it like we did before. Okay. Just the egg yolks.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. There we go.
Perfecto.
Like that.
Okay. Now, you ready?
I don't know, but we're going for it.
We're going for it. We need 3 egg yolks. Okay.
Okay.
So let's wrap it on the side. And the reason why we want to wrap it on the side and not the side of the bowl, because we don't want any shells to kind of jam up inside the egg, right?
Oh my goodness, that's gonna.
So that's why.
Time.
No, we just did it. You did it on the thing. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Perfect.
Ooh,
that's okay. It's okay. You're good. You're good.
Gotta get your hands dirty.
Dirty, dirty.
All right, and I'll throw that right.
Perfect.
There's one.
Look at you, all pro-like.
I know.
Nice. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
If
Just
you
drop
don't
it in.
like
Drop
to
it
get
in.
your hands dirty, you might want to get your kids to know this part.
This actually would be a really good thing for kids. It's a sensory thing. Some kids may not like that with their, their fingers dirty and whatnot. Other kids might just be like, I get my hands dirty and just really enjoy it. So
Right. It's like a little science experiment.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Cool. I'll take this. Here. Want to wipe your hands off?
Yep. Thank you.
We'll use these egg whites for some dessert or something. All right, good job. So then what we want to do is just put like a heavy pinch of salt.
You know me, I love salt.
You get a little bit more if you want to. Perfect.
Don't ever forget salt.
You can use olive oil, but we're going to use sun-dried tomatoes. So I just took the olive oil out of the sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so just use, we're going to do a tablespoon of that.
That must add like way more flavor.
A tablespoon is the big one.
All right. Makes it more flavorful.
Yep, right in the middle.
There we go.
And then just you can put a little bit more. And we're going to keep this so like if our dough, if we need it later, we'll do it. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of water.
All right. 1 and 2.
Cool. Now what you're going to do, and this is basically the dough. This is the basic pasta dough. And now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of like scramble the eggs inside, and then you're going to slowly work in the flour. Okay? While you're doing that, I'm going to grab the potatoes out of the water because they're done for our gnocchi. Yeah, perfect. And just kind of slowly, get the flour in there.
That is one thing I know how to do.
Scramble eggs. All right, so let me walk over here. I'm going to get the potatoes. So just go ahead and take out the potatoes. They're going to be extra soft. I've checked them already. And I have a paper towel down because I just want some of that extra liquid to be off of it. We're going to let these sit and cool for a few minutes so we can handle them.
Oh, I love potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Yeah.
Got them all? Got them all?
Yep.
Oh, no, a little bit more.
I have a few more stragglers here. Oop. There we go. Yep, I got them all. There we go.
Right on. All right, so we have our basic pasta sitting. It has to sit for about 20 minutes. So we've got that sitting over there. We'll deal with that in a little while. So we'll finish up the gnocchi. So we've got our cooked potatoes here. So why don't you just go ahead and dump those
on the
board? Thing. Yep. Actually, hold on. Let me add a little bit of flour.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
All right. What does the flour do?
It's going to help it kind of combine. There we go. Cool. And like I said before, we're going to do chive. You don't have to use chives, but I like chives. And
should I start mushing?
Go ahead and start mushing. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Try your best to try to keep it in the middle. Right. Best you can. Yeah. I'm going to add some lemon pepper. You don't have to do this. I just like lemon pepper. I like the way it smells. I like the way it tastes. So I'm going to add some.
Lemon pepper is the bomb.
If I could get it out.
I literally put that on almost everything.
I'm adding a lot. It looks like a lot. It's not a lot, but by the time these get into the water and float, you won't hardly see it. So you can really smell it, huh?
Yeah, it smells great.
I'm gonna put some chives. Chopped up some chives earlier.
Oh, that looks awesome. Smush that in.
Okay, smush it all in.
Oh, it smells so good.
So try to get everything kind of mushed up in there. If you want to use a fork instead, you can.
Yeah, I think we can transition to the fork.
We're gonna add an egg, but I just kind of want it to cool down a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I could probably eat it just like this.
All right, so I'm gonna add. So the recipe is 2 cups of flour, but depending on the potato, you may not use all the flour. So we're gonna start with 1 cup. Okay, so I'm gonna measure out 1 cup for you.
All right. Do you need it more together, or is that good?
Nope, you make a little well for me so I could. So go ahead and work that in. I'm gonna start with 1 cup. If you want to start using your hands, you can.
Yep, I'm gonna go in for it.
Go for it. Is it still warm?
Yeah, a little warm. Just a little bit.
Okay.
I think the flour will cool it off.
Yeah.
I can already feel it starting to cool.
Good, because I'm going to add the egg in a minute.
Okay. Ooh.
Cool. Make a little well for me. And I'm going to add this egg. You just need one whole egg.
Keep mixing.
Yep, just keep mixing. If you want to fold it over, make sure the egg doesn't escape. So you might want to do one of these, right? And kind of like fold it over on itself, right? Right. I'm going to add some more flour.
Oh.
So we're at 2 cups of, this is going to be 2 cups of flour. Ready?
Yep. Is that what you typically do? Add 1 cup and then...
I do, because sometimes the potatoes, if they absorb too much water, then, you know, I won't need it. Like I did this the other day and I didn't quite use 2 cups. I used like maybe 1 1/3 cups.
Got it.
It just depends on the potato.
This is definitely something I'll get the kids to help with.
Absolutely.
They like getting
So now what we want to do, we want to try to bring it all together and make a mound. Let me get this out of your way.
We just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we try and get it in a ball?
We're going to try to get it in a ball because what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half and then we're going to end up snaking it, making it into long snake-like things. So let me see something really quick. Try to get my hands dirty. Well, it's definitely still warm. But we got the potato in there, which is really good. If you feel like it needs a little bit more flour, we can do that, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it feels good.
It does feel good, huh? It almost feels like Play-Doh.
It does. It's exactly what it feels like. Nice.
Okay. We're going to just kind of knead this. You see how it's kind of like
Looks great.
coming together?
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit more. Just because I want to. And then we're going to cut this in half. And then we're going to kind of make it into one long thing so we can cut it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. This is fun. I'm definitely going to get the kids involved.
All right. Pretty, huh? Do you want to wash your hands and then we can do the next thing? Nice, pretty dough. It's very soft. So normally you would want to bring the potatoes down all the way down, but for for time's sake, we want to get it going, and it worked out fine. The dough looks good. Okay, so now we got our dough. It looks nice. It's pretty. Feels good. So I'm gonna half this up, right?
All right.
Cut it in half if
Half
I can.
that, baby.
We'll use this. This half wasn't quite half, but whatever. So what you want to do with this, Marlene? We're gonna definitely use a little bit more flour. See, it's kind of like a little tacky in there. We're gonna roll this out into like a long snake.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like so.
And if you want to like, yep, just like that. If you want to kind of like spread your fingers out a little bit, we may end up having to cut that one in half. Yep. How's it feel?
Good.
Should I cut it in half so you can work just with one half?
Yep.
Let's do that. We'll put this half over here. And if you want to, you can just turn it over just so everything's kind of like,
yep.
Right? And we're going to end up doing you're going to snake it out, and then we're going to end up cutting these like in 1/2-inch pieces. Okay.
So just keep doing this?
Yep, just keep doing those.
How thin do we want it to get?
Not that thin. Let's see. Maybe this side a little bit, and you want to...
Does that look
Yep,
right?
so like this little piece right here, that looks good. So make that side look the same if you can.
Trying to work this side more.
Yeah. A little bit time consuming, but worth it.
Oh yeah. Homemade is always the best.
Definitely.
For everything.
That looks good. Good, right? Yeah, that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these into little piece. I'm left-handed, so I'm doing everything the other way. I'm going to cut these like this, and then I want you to cut those like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. And just put them over here. So like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Just cut it right in half.
Speed this up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They look like little pillows, right?
They do. Little pillows. Little delicious pillows.
So then what you want to do, we're going to do this one too, but right here, just kind of roll these all up in the flour.
Ah, nice. I like that everything's like on one board,
Yes.
You know?
You can kind of load those.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a job.
There we go.
So what we want to do to kind of get that, you can leave them like this if you want to. That's totally fine. But, you know, gnocchi usually has little grooves in it.
Right.
So what I like to do is just use the back of a fork and just kind of press. See if this works. Just like that.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to, but that's what it looks like.
I'm going to give it a shot. Like this.
Yep.
There we go.
Perfect.
Oh, it looks a bit
It's all right.
weird. Like that. Got some
Yes,
little
it's all right.
caterpillar-looking gnocchis.
So we'll do a couple more, and then we'll just put them in the water so we can get these ones going. Okay, so we got our beautiful gnocchi. I'm just going to slide them all in the water. And if I can, slide them in the water. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. That one got away here. You could do these in batches, but they're totally fine. When they're done, they're going to float. And then you can leave it at that step and then add some sauce to it. Or you can do what I'm going to do is put them in a little pan, get a little color on them with some garlic. So we're going to let that ride for maybe like 2 minutes until they start floating, and then we'll take them out. So the gnocchi, you can see they're kind of floating to the top, and we're going to take them out and dry them off a little bit. And we're going to get a little color on them. So I'm going to add some clarified butter to the pan. I'm going to let that go for a few minutes. And Marlene, let's go ahead and swap if you want to go ahead and take it out. And just put them right on the drying rack. It's cool. They just start like popping to the top. So pretty. Okay, so you could totally leave the gnocchi like this and put it in your favorite sauce. I personally like color on them, so I'm just going to put them, I've got some clarified butter here. I have it on medium heat. And I'm going to put some garlic in there with it. So, see if I can get these in here. Oh, are they sticking? Turn this up a little bit. All right. A little bit of color. These are kind of sticking. That's all right. Okay, so I've got some chive and some fresh garlic. So we're gonna just put this in here. So we've got our gnocchi. It was in the water, popped up. That means it's done. So now I've got these lovely plumps. I put them in a saucepan with some garlic and some chives. It smells really, really good.
Edible pillows.
We're edible pillows. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to plate this. And if you want to grate some cheese on top after I'm done, we'll make it look extra pretty.
Smells amazing.
If you could try to get like long, maybe like long strips of cheese. Let me throw some, this garlic. I cannot not have the garlic on here.
You guys can't smell it, but I'm not even joking.
Like for real though.
So hungry.
Okay.
You want long one?
Yeah, try to get some long strips. That's perfect. Look at that. And I'll throw some more chives on there too. Yes. Maybe one like. Yep, that's good. Hey, chunks of cheese, whatever. All right, that's good. All right, so we've got our dough. It was sitting for about 20-30 minutes, and so we're just going to quarter them and just kind of work with just a little bit of it. So,
all right,
I'm going to wrap it, and basically what you're going to do is I want you to take the portion and kind of get it into a rectangle if you can.
All right,
we're not going to use all that.
Oh, it feels good.
It does, right?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so you're cubing it just because it's too big.
I think it's easier to work with if you break it up, because you're gonna roll this into like maybe like a 6-inch rectangle.
All right.
I'm just gonna wrap this up.
Don't judge my rolling skills.
You know what? Kind of use the heel of your hand and like use this part and kind of like flatten it out first.
Yeah.
Try to get it into like a general shape. Yeah, then it'll stay. And if you feel like you need to like flip it around.
Yep. My grandma.
The really cool thing is this dough doesn't stick. Like it had. I tried it out the other day and it didn't stick to the counter, which was great.
I used to make a roti. Well, I had my grandma make roti back in the day. So
you're doing very well making it into a rectangle, because when I did it,
what did it look like?
It looked
All
like
kind of states.
Yeah, it looked like a I don't know. Didn't look like a rectangle. And we're going to roll it out as thin as possible. You should be able to see your fingers through it. So it's going to be really, really thin.
All right.
If you want some more flour, there you go.
All right. Working this.
You're doing a good job. You put your back into it, girl. Yeah, a little bit longer. There you go. It's a little bit snapped back because of the gluten that's in the flour.
Yeah.
But it still stays. Like, it still stays where it's supposed to. As, you know, if you've ever made pizza dough, it kind of just, like, shrinks back. Looks great.
Thinner? A little thinner?
A little bit thinner, yeah.
Just want to turn it.
Yeah. It does look great. And if you want to test it, like, just lift it up and put your hand underneath on all the edges to see if we can see our hands.
All right, let's test it out.
A little bit more, especially like around the edges.
Yeah, definitely. I think I need to get the edges a little more.
And then from here, I mean, really, we can kind of cut them into whatever shapes we want. We're going to do long ones today, right?
Yeah, let's make some noodles.
Noodles.
But could you make like bow tie?
Yeah, you can make bow ties. I have this little guy. I'm gonna try one bow tie.
How's that?
Yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, so what we want to do is we want to fold it over on itself,
Like
this way, because we're gonna cut it into long strips.
Oh wow. Okay.
I feel like it's easier to kind of cut into long strips. You can cut the edges off if you want to.
Like that, just so that it's straight. All right.
Normally we would let this kind of sit for a couple of minutes, just so it can kind of get a little bit dry. I think we'll be okay. So if you want to do your best, I know you are probably better at this than I am, to make sure that the sizes are about the same. They don't have to be exact.
How thick? That thick?
Yeah, I think that thick. If you make them wider, then we'll be into the pappardelle pasta versus the fettuccine linguine situation.
Oh, that look.
Okay, Mars, we've got salted boiling water. So go ahead and drop the pasta in there. Slowly.
Very
We don't want no like kickback. And then just kind of give it one stir around. And that's going to cook. You can just kind of sit there and look at it. When it starts floating to the top, and you'll see it'll change color a little bit.
Yep.
And once it does that, we're not going to drain it. We're just literally going to lift it up out of the water and put it into our pesto sauce. All right, so the pasta's done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And Marlene, if you could just go ahead and kind of carefully lift it up and put it into our pesto sauce. Yeah. You see how it kind of changed color a little bit, kind of puffed up a little bit?
I'm going to just drop it
Yep, just drop it in there. We'll add some olive oil to it too.
Let it just drip off a little bit. Ooh, looks good.
All right, so we've got the pasta out of the water, looks great. We've got our pesto sauce underneath. I'm gonna have you toss it, but before you do, let me just add a little bit of olive oil, just in case you feel like the pasta's a little dry. I mean, pesto does have some olive oil in it already, but just go ahead and toss it. It might be sticking together, so just kind of do your best to kind of,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. The thing with pesto or any kind of sauce in general with pasta, you don't want to just have like a pool of pasta and just, just enough sauce. So for me, this is just enough sauce. I feel like sometimes people put too much sauce on pasta. How you feel about it? More olive oil or?
Yeah, a little bit, maybe a little bit more olive oil, but it looks good.
And then we'll probably put some in the finished product too.
Oh, yummy.
That looks nice.
That looks so
All right, we're gonna check your
good.
plating skills right now.
Oh, geez. Pressure's on.
So what you can do, and I'll get a paper towel, is just kind of try to aim for the middle, and then they'll clean up any kind of like edges and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah. That looks nice.
Yum.
Plate au pasta. Okay. So go ahead and we're gonna add some cheese. So put some cheese in there, and then we'll add some sun-dried tomatoes, and we'll add a little bit more olive oil, and then we're good. We'll be able to taste.
This looks good. Oh,
It smells good too.
hopefully I can get the cheese in there.
Try it while you're doing that, so we can get all sides.
Freshly grated Parmesan is.
And if you notice, we didn't add a lot of salt to this dish mostly because the pesto's got some salt in it, and also this cheese has a pretty good amount of salt in it. The Parmesan cheese.
And we salted the water.
And we salted the water.
Does that look like enough?
Yeah, maybe one little more right there.
But it's crumbling.
Crumbly, it's okay. Crumbly's good. We'll call it rustic.
Rustic. I like that. Okay.
That looks nice. Nice. Perfect. And go ahead and add, however many sun-dried tomatoes you want on there.
Well, I like sun-dried tomatoes.
Go ahead, and if you need to take your fingers and like squish them around.
Break rules
super
here.
Pretty.
That looks so good.
There's oil in there, so if you want to put that oil in there as well.
Yeah, why don't we just go all in?
There we go. Go hard in the paint.
Spread this out, make it look pretty.
It looks nice.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then that's it. Let's move all this stuff out of the way.
Probably add more Parmesan, but
That's okay. You want to add some more Parmesan now? You just
sure.
sprinkle some on the top, maybe some of the crumbs.
I love cheese, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
That looks money.
That looks so good. And my favorite part.
All right, so that's it. I mean, we did 2 pasta doughs. We did the gnocchi, which was super easy with some chives, and then we did the fettuccine. You can make them if you cut them fatter. We'll have pappardelle pasta, but it's super easy, and you can have dinner in no time.
Definitely easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
it's
for
gonna
sharing.
be delicious.